Number 28. Welcome to episode number 28 of Real Life is Friends podcast featuring one of your hosts, Kimberly.
I am Mila.
And we have a great show planned for you tonight. It shouldn't be any trauma, any drama. Well, we won't say
Our
drama,
trauma.
but no trauma. We keeping it love and light over here tonight. Yeah, definitely keeping it love and
That
light.
part.
So like I said, it should definitely be a very, very, very fun show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So this week is my question of the week. And for my question of the week, since we're going to be talking about friendships and different things later on, what makes a great friend in your eyes, Mila?
In my eyes,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that's there for you, will be real with you. Uh, don't sugarcoat nothing. Gonna be honest. Not jealous. Their family. Um, what else? Support you. Um, backstabber. Uh, not a hater. Uh, I mean, I'm trying to see what else. I mean, because there's a difference between a real friend
Mm-hmm.
and also an associate
Oh, of course.
slash friend. You know, because sometimes maybe associates can kind of graduate to the friend level.
Okay.
But when we dealing, yeah, but it again, it takes, you have to be vested, as I like to say. We have to spend a lot of time together. I got to know you, feel comfortable with you. Um, there's no judgment. Um, what else I want to say? I mean, but I feel like you know who your friends are. So, and you don't even have to talk to your friends all day, every day. You can go a week or so without talking and nobody's jealous, because they know
Yeah.
that life be lifing.
Okay. Life be really happening to people out here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it happens.
It does. And I think when you have true friends that understand that life be lifing, but when you do catch up, it's like you never left.
Yeah. I agree. With several of the things that you said that makes a friend, I find it to be someone that's supportive, someone that's loving, someone that truly has your best interests in mind. Now, the one thing I don't necessarily agree on is the hater, because some people are just haters. Like my mama, I love her, but she be a hater sometimes. She also ain't my friend, because that's my mama. Well, I'm her mama. She's my daughter. We have reverse roles. But but I do everything else. I kind of agree with you. Someone that and I feel like, especially when you develop a close friendship and not just out of the acquaintance stage, people can pick up on a lot of things. Like, you don't have to tell them what's going on. They
Right.
automatically know if you call them or something you say. They're like, oh, are you okay? Like, someone that's willing to go above and beyond for you, just the same way as you would go above and beyond for them as well. Like, all of those things
Mm-hmm.
truly make it, truly make a friendship and truly make a great friend, like the saying goes, in order to be a friend, I mean, in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. Because
Right.
I think a lot of people do feel like some people have one-sided friendships. Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm. True.
Some people don't know necessarily how to be a friend. And don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
not all friends are going to be able to be that kind of friend to you at every moment. Because I do think that, you have the friends that you do certain things with because
Right.
that makes sense for you in that friendship. And
Mm-hmm.
there's other people like, you're never going to take me to a dog park because I'm not going. Like, I'm just saying.
But you
Just
also
like you don't want to do a paint and sip. I love to do those. Like, because that's not your thing. Like, so I know
it's
not
not
to
my
invite you
thing.
to that. And you know not to ever invite me to Roscoe.
I mean, and those that know me know I ain't don't sign my neighbor next door. Don't sign me up for no pain sip because my nerves is bad. Mm-mm.
And see, and that's
But I know,
but yeah,
but you know,
but that's the importance of like knowing your friends as well. Like, you know exactly what their limits are and stuff like that. And you know, like, oh, that's not gonna necessarily work. And most of the time I feel like I could be wrong, but if you know a person is not gonna do that activity, there's no need to invite them. Just to
hmm
say you invited them, baby, don't ever invite me because I feel like you don't even like me if you ask me to come to a dog park. I'll be like, oh, so Jamila don't like me no more.
but you know what? But it also too, you know which friends can mesh with which friends.
Yes, that's also true. That is
That's
definitely true.
important because not all of your friends slash associates will mesh and gel together. I mean, they just don't.
No,
you
that's
know,
not at all.
not at all. I think I kind of remember one
Oh
event.
yes, 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 you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
hmm
I was, yeah, I was there.
You were present.
Yes.
Everybody don't mesh.
Okay.
Everybody don't mesh. But you know, but and remember too, like when we did that, this was pre Sonny slash Roscoe days. Uh remember when we did the like the ugly Christmas thing, and so with my two friends from Alabama.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, everybody got along,
Of course.
So you have to know who can jail because everybody does not.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I wouldn't say get along, but personalities don't mix.
Yeah, and I think in order to help friendships, protect friendships as well, like you got to know which people not to put together because otherwise you'll be in a battle because some of the people take things the wrong way, other
Mm-hmm.
people don't care. Not that they don't care like that, but I'm just saying like a lot of things
Right,
won't bother them.
right.
So somebody will get offended, and now it's a question of whether or not you value the friendship or not, and you're like, but I don't understand because nothing really happened.
Mm-hmm.
That was in your head.
Right, and it can just be personalities.
Yeah.
So you have to. But I think when you know your friends, you again, you know your friends and you know your associates. But and also too sometimes friendships can die out. It's just really no fault of
Yeah.
either person's being or whatever. You just sometimes you just kind of grow. But again, that's what I like to say, that life be lifing, and
Hmm.
you can meet back up after you kind of go through what it is you need to go through.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. Um So that was the question of the week. Wait,
Who's you going to?
why is your see? This is what I'm saying. Roscoe over here causing problems, and I was like, when did my drum roll get a dog bark? And see, now you're frozen. Are you gonna come back? Or are you back? You'll come back. So this week, whoa, bear with me 1 second because
Get
okay,
out.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I was like,
I don't
you're
know.
gonna
I
come
don't know
back.
why Roscoe. I don't know what's Roscoe problem.
I don't either. And then you completely just froze. And you know what, I'm gonna call the name of this show wrong. Okay, so this week for the show that we watched, it's Duster.
That's correct.
Okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
on Max. This show was brought
Yep.
to us by Mila's suggestion because I clearly did not pick
I
this.
like,
And hey,
but
it doesn't matter.
you can't
Somebody has to
say.
pick out a show and we just ride with it. But I did find the show interesting. So go ahead, since
Mm-hmm.
it's the show that you wanted us to review, go ahead and let everyone know what the show is about.
Okay, because I want to make sure I tell it correctly.
Okay.
Because the people know that I like a good thriller slash crime series that kind of involve a little gang action or whatever.
Hmm.
So this particular crime show is again on Max, and so you have one reason I was drawn to it because what is his name? Keith David, uh, Bishop Greenleaf is in it, uh, and and really some other interesting people. Um, that I really haven't seen, but they do a really good job at it. But it's set in the 70s, and then we also have this young lady that is an FBI agent, and she has been drawn to this case because of what's his name? It, what is it? Saxton.
Yeah.
I think his name is Saxton on that,
Hmm.
but Saxton. Um, with the FBI agent. He calls her Baltimore. uh, and if I'm getting it wrong, let me know. Her name is
Oh, that's right.
Nina.
That's what he calls
Yeah,
her.
yeah, he called her Baltimore. And Duster is the guy. He drives this car that looks. I mean, it's called the Duster, and so he's the kind of like fixer, I guess, so to say,
He's a
the
driver.
cleanup man,
He's a driver.
driver slash cleanup guy. He's the guy to call. And his dad is was in the business. But anyway, so uh Nina, the black FBI agent, works with Duster uh to bring down this crime family that has ties to her dad from when she
Hmm.
was growing up. So, and then also too, it has a few other things mixed in it. But Nina wanted to go to Arizona because that's where uh,
Saxton.
Saxton is, and bring his crime family. Bring the whole organization down. Uh, And so, she again has to prove herself because she's an FBI agent. She's also a black female. And really, and then you see too how everybody is kind of part of Saxton, kind of ties in with them. So, again, it's a crime thriller. It's really good. Right now, they're episode 6 or 7, I
I
think.
I know I did to episode 6.
Yeah. And so I'm not. Let me see how many episodes there are going to be in it. So I guess maybe it's just it says 6. I guess maybe 6 is all this came out as of now.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's on Max. Um, really, 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 uh, good show so far. Check it out, and I like it. Again, uh, I think it because I think we had a conversation a while back, like which era you would like to be in, and the 70s just seemed like a cool, era for me. I don't know why it just seems so, I don't know, full of mess. I guess I don't know.
Not
Uh,
mess.
yeah, but I like it. But check it out. I think again, if you like crime shows, thrillers, uh, it's definitely keep you on the edge of your seat. Uh, you also would kind of find your favorite. I'm really kind of rooting for the guy that works with Nina. I like
Oh,
him,
the
the
Native
little young
American
guy.
guy, the Native
Yeah,
American. Yes.
I really like him. Izzy. Her name may not be Izzy, the lady on the picket line.
I think it is
I don't know
Izzy.
what. I like her too. Um, it may be Izzy. Yeah, her name is Izzy. Her and her little girl
Yeah.
that loves her some uh uh Jim. No, it's Jim, the one
I,
that drives the car.
I have no idea what that man's name is.
I don't know, but he's
I
cute.
don't
I
know.
would
I
say
don't
this.
know his name either.
I don't. I don't know where that man came from, but he is a cutie patootie to me. Uh, Cause the little girl like riding with him. She like riding shotgun.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I like their relationship they have. I also, in the show, no one really wanted to work with Baltimore because she was a black woman. So she had two things
Hmm.
going against her. Also, this is right after Hoover, and he really didn't want black people to work for the FBI, but
Yeah,
he
Hoover.
didn't really have too much to say about it. So he had them there, but didn't really want him as a real agent and all that stuff. So
Right.
no other place really wanted to have her. But I do couple of things I do appreciate. The fact that the other lady and the fact that the Native American like literally have her back and willing to work with her,
Yeah.
and like that's how we get to diversity. Um, these people are really out here doing the work because they're not, you know, they take their job serious. They
Hmm.
haven't been bought because most people didn't know to buy them, unlike some of the
Right.
other agents that or white men. So
Hmm.
because everybody kind of overlooks them, because I think I can't remember exactly which character it was, but mentioned that nobody even paid them any attention until she got there, and she was the
Right.
only one that paid them any attention. And
Especially like the
Izzy,
little young white girl that's like the secretary that wanted her to sign up for the softball game.
yes. So like
I like her.
it's definitely refreshing to know that like the underdogs per se came together and were able to get a lot of information. They were able to use a lot of their skills that other people actually could be using as well, utilizing them as well, but they don't see and recognize the value of them. But Baltimore does. Baltimore definitely recognized their value. So that's great.
And I think too, she knows how it feels to be an underdog.
She does. Yeah.
Again, yeah, being and female of, and then of course being black. So it's like she has to prove herself. But like you say, she takes on the underdog, makes them feel seen and heard. And so I like that. And she's slowly proving herself,
Hmm.
even though you got that hating ass man, that little thin one. But
Oh,
again, yeah, that little thin guy that followed
are
her
you talking about
last
the cop?
episode. Yeah,
No, 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 no. You're talking
the
about the
FBI
not the
agent.
cop. Okay, okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Because that cop is
Hmm.
something else too.
Yes. But again, it's just she's proven. She has to prove herself, and she gets out of situations. Now she's quick on her feet.
Yeah, she's smart. She speaks Russian.
Hmm.
Um, and this is also something that I think is lost in it is the fact that like what she saw Saxton do to her father.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why she wanted to really to become an FBI agent to basically kind of take him down. Most of the time,
Hmm.
if you see someone like living, because well, I guess in a sense her father was a criminal ish. Not really. It's debatable. Um,
I think
because
I
I
think
feel like
her dad.
whether or not he was coerced or not, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he was really a criminal in the sense that like he wanted to commit crimes or he was forced to do some things that may be illegal.
Hmm. And I think that's what it was with her dad. I think because Saxton is to me seems like that dude that will you know force you to do something.
Yeah.
Take for instance, like I think the son. Uh, I, he because the son doesn't to me. Saxon's son doesn't really want to be in it. The daughter wants to
The
be in
daughter
it,
is
but he
more about
doesn't
that
want.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
The son
She's
is
definitely
like,
about. Yeah.
uh,
I don't. Yeah. He's more of. I am here. I am positive. I can do this. You know.
not I'm here, I'm positive.
And positive. I am who I am. But the daughter is about that life.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to, he gave her the club so she can have something to do.
Yeah. Which
But I like it. I
once
think it's
again,
really good.
I do too. Like I said, it will not be a picture that I would have picked out by any stretch of the imagination, but I have enjoyed it. I watched all 6 episodes and I
Mhm.
definitely enjoyed it. At first I was a little Ricky and Rocky about it. Because I'm like, first of all, these people got on bell bottoms. What I supposed to do with it? But
What the people got on?
they got on bell bottoms and bell bottoms and polyester and I'm like, what have I stuffed myself into? What does this girl have me watching? And like because of all the because keep in mind because this is the 70s and stuff like that, like there's a lot of racial, I won't even say
Hmm.
undertones, it's just pure out racist. There's no undertones, they know they're racist. um that's why
But
Native American was willing and help Baltimore because you know nobody wanted to give him a chance either.
right, like he's just there,
Yeah.
just he's a DEI. It's like at that point, if DEI was ever originated, that would probably be it. You got the Native American, you got the black girl, and then you got the young white woman or whatever. So,
And
uh,
all of them are highly qualified and way more competent than some of the other
then
people.
right, yeah, very, very, yeah. So, uh, definitely check it out.
Yep.
It's really a good show. I
Definitely,
like
definitely.
it. Hmm. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
So imagine you are at a birthday party.
Mm.
You're setting up everything for this birthday party. The candles are lit, ready for you or your child or your cousin, someone to blow out these candles. And a random stranger comes to the candles and blows them out
Mm.
before y'all can even sing happy birthday. What are you going to do next?
Do like every little kid that has done in the past. Snatch them up. Snatching them up. I mean, What can you do outside of snatching them up? Because I'm gonna let the kid handle the kid, but then I'm gonna go for the adult. Because why is your child over here at my kid party when your kid wouldn't even invite it? And they blowing out candles. Now I got a sister, not the oldest one, you know, but the
Okay.
other one.
Okay.
And I guarantee you, she would be the mollywop that kid and their mama.
See, I feel like with the family members that I have, those kids gonna be on ready, and the adults won't have to do anything unless the parents want to get involved. Because first of all, you are a stranger. Why are you blowing your spit on someone else's cake? I even before, even before COVID happened, I was always like, when people, blew out candles. After COVID, I'm like, very icky,
Ooh.
very disgusting. Um, like, well, the person ain't alive, so I guess I could say it. I won't say any names. But back in the day, I remember someone giving someone that had serious issues with their breath, um, blowing out a candle. I mean, blowing out, and I'm like, who gonna eat that cake? Who gonna eat that? I don't even want to eat it from the kids. So I definitely like when I go to a kids party and they got cupcakes, I know I'm good. What? Because also kids just be slobbing and it's not, they just be doing stuff, and I no, like literally I'm always like, let me wipe this whole freaking thing of icing off this cake if I still want to eat some cake. Let me get rid of a couple of these layers of frosting. Like, I know these kids and I'm still like that. Like, I can only imagine it being a whole complete stranger that I don't know. And then, mm, I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm with you when you're right. My thing is this: is that you do good to eat, like you say, at a birthday party with folks that you know. But this whole stranger decide they want to tiptoe over there and blow out the candle.
And a lot of spit got on that cake at that point. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You remember that little girl that it was that little Mexican girl, remember on her birthday party and her I guess her little friend decided she wanted to blow out and
Oh,
she
yeah.
yanked you by the hair. And I think I seen another one, not the little white boy that came from the side, but there was another little girl, and they look Hispanic or Mexican. I'm sorry to the people. Uh, but she grabbed that little girl hair, and so they was tussling. I'm here for it. This is my party. Why you blowing out my candle?
And like most kids, like I think most, especially kids, they like blowing it out, and they just be, again, it just be a whole bunch of spit, and that's why
My thing is this.
I politely take
What,
the
but
frosting off.
but why you don't have control of your kid and you know they ain't got no business over there at this party? If you at Chuck E. Cheese or wherever,
It was
let's
Chuck
just
E.
say
Cheese. It was Chuck E. Cheese. It was Chuck E.
so
Cheese.
they at Chuck E. Cheese. Why you ain't down there at over there where you supposed to be at? You all over here being nosy. Because first of all, I would have gave a side eye and been like, "Who is you? Did you get an invite?" And then probably would have moved. You know how when you driving and you try to stop somebody from
Oh yeah.
hitting. So I probably would have hit and be like, no, this ain't your party. You're not invited. Beat it, kid.
I just say because I told my mama this earlier. I appreciate the little bullies we got in our family. This family, they're perfect for it. They're perfect for it. I'm glad it's
No,
all kind
I
of age.
mean,
I'm glad it's all kind of ages as well. Like it's perfect for it. I'm just saying. Because no, long as nobody's over the age of 18, they could get the person technically. We're not
I
telling them that.
mean,
Some of them will automatically do it, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad for the little. Sometimes I gotta be glad for the little bullies in the family because
and you
that
know
would have
what?
that child would have not. And don't get me wrong, I don't believe in violence, but I also don't believe in disrespect either. And that was totally
This is not your
disrespectful.
party. My thing is this: this is not your party, kid. So beat it. So if one of these little kids that's in the family decide to drag you, I'm here for it. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy them an extra round of tickets or coins to play games.
Now I don't
You
think
know
you're
what?
supposed to do that because that's how that lady end up, in jail with the school because she gave them kids, or I guess never gave them the money, they couple of dollars, the lunchroom lady. So don't give them awards now, because then somebody's gonna be like, you contributed to the delinquency of a minor.
Oh well, this is my if this is my niece, nephew, even a little cousin, and I rock with them and they parents. I'm here for you, kid, and I'm gonna fight your mama for fighting for whooping you.
Nobody said the mama's gonna. I don't think any. I honestly, I don't know, but I just feel like I don't think any parent at that point would try to punish their own child that decided to um take action. Again, like I said, at this point, I'm very happy that we have little bullies in our family because
I'm just saying, and I even if there is no bullies, no many bullies in the family, I know without a shadow of a doubt, my sister, if that happened at even the youngest two, because the oldest one, he not gonna be if he blow it like he with his home, he with his kids. He about to be a senior in high school. He ain't
mm,
digging that. But them last two, baby, you thought Iran and who was the people Trump got fighting, got war. Baby, that sister mine. She would be knucking and bucking and not giving a fuck. Blow out her baby candle.
I would be like, and I'll be one of those people, be like, going to the parents, you owe us such and such for this cake because your
what,
child decided to be disrespectful.
what you gonna do, kid?
But like,
How much? How much that for you? You supposed to be
I'm hoping that I wouldn't do this. I'm hoping that I wouldn't do this because I don't want to go to jail. But the way my leg would have stretched out and let them fall,
let me tell you. I feel like there's so many
I feel like
ways.
that's a natural reaction. Like, I'm just saying.
Let me tell you. There's so many ways that that kid can be punished without me having a mug shot or
Okay.
anybody having a mug shot. You
Okay.
hear me? Because you just didn't have no business. You over there.
Planning and plotting. They got, I don't know if it's AI or whatever, but they got a picture or a video that the little kid was already toward them, like watching them do this stuff. Like,
See,
to just go over there and be like, "Whoo, baby, the amount of whatever in me." Yes, I would have. But like I said, I wouldn't even have to worry about that. There's little bullies. The little bullies will take care of it, and even the non bullies, they will take care of that. They will take
the
care of
mini
that.
bullies. The mini bullies would get it. They'll be like, hold my juice cup, Mom.
They don't get
I
no
got
real
this.
it'll be like action.
And I'm gonna be like, that's my nephew. That's my niece. That is. We taught you better. We taught you well, kid.
Okay. I just like I said, I just don't like the disrespect at all.
No.
And it's disgusting. And we don't know this child. We don't know nothing about this child. Why would you do that? And why would you
I'm
even
just,
think? Why would you even feel comfortable doing that as a kid? Like, see, little kids don't understand that sometimes their parents can get beat up because of them. Just lessons that nobody had to
what,
show them. But now
but again,
it's
it,
normalized.
but you know what? It you remember it's like some of them people. You see these videos of other parents showing up at the park or the kids showing up. Wanting cake, and we don't know y'all. I'm all for feeding somebody that's
Yeah.
homeless or hungry or something.
Yeah, that's
But
I don't think that's the issue. Like if somebody, you're at a place and somebody wants cake or something like that, that's fine. I've shown up to places and, my family members and stuff like that. Like that's perfectly fine. That is completely acceptable. But to blow out somebody candle,
we at a whole nother level of ignorant. And you about to see a whole nother level of ignorant with the many kids and the grown, with the many adults and the grown. It's about to get ignorant in the Chuck It and the Cheese Baby, aka Showbiz Pizza when I was growing up.
okay.
With Billy Bob and his crew.
Charles Edward Cheese. I don't know.
I'm about to look through pictures next time I go home because I know there's a picture of me at Showbiz Pizza.
Yeah,
I
that
know.
used to be the thing until then it became. I don't know why it became Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
why did they change it over? Because I like Billy Bob. I don't know if it was it Billy Bob. No worry. Let me ask our good friend over here on the. I want to say it was Billy
Showbiz
Bob.
pizza.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, apparently they're two separate entities, like two
Billy
separate
Bob.
things.
Showbiz Pizza is the same. It really it ain't nothing but Chuck E. Cheese. It revamped. But yeah, it was it
Apparently
was
they were rebranded or whatever, but they ceased operations apparently or whatever. I guess in 1992.
yeah, little buddy had them overalls. Yes, he did. I remember that. Yes, that was my childhood. And when I go home, I'm gonna see. I know for a fact I had at least two parties at Showbiz Pizza.
Yeah, I remember going to Showbiz. I always thought the ball pits were the most disgusting things ever. But as a kid, you think they're fun, but as an adult, you're like, that is so nasty. Like to be, mm, like I used to. Okay, so I used to work at Chick-fil-A, and they have the inside playground or whatever. And the amount of times that like kids would throw up or either do number two in sometimes number one in the playground area was disgusting. Like it's just nasty.
Now
Like go get your
see,
child. Go get your child.
my
So I
thing is
know
this:
them
you don't
balls
know.
had to be nasty. Them balls definitely had to be nasty.
My thing is this: don't you know your child running around there with the dye and the reel?
Sometimes it wouldn't just be that. They just would be at the kids is like, I'm just gonna poop.
And another place I remember a party when I was growing up was It was McDonald's, but I remember because I do know there's a picture of me holding one of uh those
Like
little
a
sheet cakes from
hamburglar? Oh.
little sheet cake, and then I had a little paper hat on, and I know that was from McDonald's. You just wait till when I go back home and look in that chest with them pictures in it. I remember.
Why did you? I only thought Burger King had hats. I didn't
No,
know that.
McDonald's had them because I only remember my parties at McDonald's when I did have a party was Showbiz. Now I'm quite sure I had other parties,
I
but
don't
I
think
do
I ever had a
remember.
birthday party. I don't know if I ever had a birthday party as a
What?
kid. Keeping
I
my
remember.
birthday in December.
And
That's just weird. Like
y'all
most
can't
of
go
my
nowhere.
school.
My
I
birthday in
Mama, did
November.
I ever have a party? Mama, if you watch, did I ever have a party? I don't. I don't remember. I don't
My
think I did.
November.
I don't think my mama invited nobody to. No, I just don't think that I had a party, and I'm okay with it.
I do. I mean, again, I'm in November, and I do. I gotta say, I remember that picture from McDonald's because I think I had like a green sweater on.
No,
Too bad I can't ask my mama, but I do remember,
I
and I
don't
know there's
know.
pictures. Huh?
I don't know if I ever had a party
What?
because it's during Christmas time. My mama had 10 kids. I'm number 10.
Even with y'all, she didn't throw you no party just with your siblings.
No, I don't think none of us had parties. What are you talking about? I don't remember. I don't remember none of us having a party.
As Dwight say on Housewife, how tragic.
Like I feel like maybe we had a cake or something, but I don't think it was just like my mama said I had a party at home with my siblings.
See, I knew it had to be something.
I just don't remember. So clearly,
But that is. And I always wondered, I was like, okay, for my next milestone next year, have a party. But then I was like, I don't want to invite a whole lot of folks. Like, I want to be selective.
you got a milestone birthday. Oh, you gonna be okay then?
Hmm.
Dang, you much older than I am.
I want to get myself together because I got so much to So,
Telling
yes,
people
I
about our
don't,
age.
again, she may not get no invite the way she acted. But yes, don't blow out my birthday candles because I will pop out and probably drag you down some steps wherever we at.
That is so disrespectful. I don't even want you to blow on your own candles on your birthday unless it's an individual cupcake. So, so
And you know me, I love a good cupcake, so therefore it will be individually wrapped.
exactly. I ain't got to worry about nobody's spit.
Mm-mm. If there's a cake, it's a mini cake for me.
Okay. Be like,
Everybody else, one candle, one cupcake. I cannot deal.
we talked about her a couple of weeks ago, and now we're going to talk about her again because this girl just says things. She says a lot of things. So, B.Simone, of course, has a podcast. I think it was on her podcast. One of her best friends was on the podcast. Mind you, that the other friends, she basically cut them off. The girl was on there mentioning how her car got repossessed. Mentioned, basically being homeless. Saying that she saw, her best friend write checks for other people, but basically didn't help her. B.Simone talked about the fact that she had got burnt by other people. So that was kind of her excuse, sort of, for not you really helping the best friend. The best friend spoke of an opportunity that she had been provided, and B. Simone spoke of her being um, in the range of jealousy, because the opportunity did not come from her. So, how are you feeling about those clips, Mila?
This is my thing with Sister Simone. Because I think we was discussed last time. Because this last time she was empowering folks down at the Good People Fellowship Hall at the church,
Yeah, with
wearing
her
little or nothing.
blazer being longer than whatever her bottoms were. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And so I guess maybe that didn't pan out because see, you really, when all this fails, you kind of turn to the hustle of Jesus Christ, I guess. And this is my thing. You have to fix your attitude. Now, this is another thing. Well, before I say fix your attitude, um, this is why you have to be selective in who you call friend. Um, because everybody is not your friend, and everybody, as most people are considered associates. Because I remember, I guess a while back, maybe doing her wilding out days or whatever, and remember how she was friends with them people, and she remember she had a book she was writing
Yeah.
allegedly they said she was plagiarizing the book, had got it from somebody else off Pinterest or whatever, and she had that at a time she said she didn't want to date nobody that had a 9 to 5.
Hmm.
He had to match her, yada yada yada.
And she also recently just said that, she's liquid wise, she's poor or whatever, or broke, and that she went to Bloomingdale's, I think, or Neiman Marcus, one of those stores, and realized that she could
Bloomingdale's.
not afford that anymore, and that she needed to go to H&M.
This is the thing, baby girl. What I want her to do is go somewhere, sit down, and get herself together. Because you getting on there are people right now, baby girl. Hell, I ain't got no money. I ain't rolling in money like I used 2 years ago.
I feel you.
You see what I'm saying? Times have changed. The economy has changed. And a lot of us are really just staying afloat as best as we can. But for you to get on here and say first you jealous of a friend that got a gig and you didn't get it and they didn't put you on, maybe they felt you wasn't worthy of that and you wasn't ready for that. Or you just wouldn't what they needed. And then for you to say you used to shop at Bloomingdale's and now you at H&M, faithfully, baby girl, H&M got good shit. If you want let the record reflect, you can go to Zara. Let the record reflect because you think about it. What these people are selling at Bloomingdale's is really you just 2-3 steps up, baby, from Walmart, Target, and H&M and Zara and all of that. It's not where you buy the stuff at. It's how you wear it and how you present it. Because
Okay.
you can have something on one of them, but somebody probably ask you where you get that at. Oh,
I
that came from
I, I know I
Bloomingdale.
I know I just picked up some 12.98 shorts at the Walmart the other day.
Don't
In fact,
sleep. Hey,
I may have gotten two pair, because what,
let me tell you.
they fit and they was good price.
And so I don't know if she feels she needs to get sympathy because she's no longer shopping at Bloomingdale's. That's not sympathy for me because her definition is of broke is probably totally different from our definition of broke. Bitch,
Yeah.
some folks can't even put gas in their car. Some folks can't even buy groceries. You shopping at H&M, somebody right now can't even shop at H&M because they got to figure out what they going to do. Either they going to pay their light bill, their
Yeah.
water bill, or they going to get groceries, or they going to put gas in their car. So I'm sorry if I don't have sympathy for you because you're saying that you once shopped at Bloomingdale's and now you shopping at H&M, you still got money.
Okay,
But
but
if
there's some people that can't even shop at H&M. They can't even figure out no.
that
Like,
part, you hear me? There are people right now that'll probably have to go to the Goodwill and get stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so for her to say that again,
now some people like shopping at the
okay,
Goodwill and the thrift stores because my mama love them. My mom and my
yeah.
grandma love them.
And let me tell you, you can find some good stuff in there. But this is my thing with her is I don't know that lady, don't know it at all. So I'm only basing this off what I see online with her.
Okay.
But how can you hold a women empowerment thing at a church, but you're not really doing the empowerment and you jealous? Now, I mean, yeah, speak your truth, but you got women spending their hard earned money, whether it's $25, $45, however much you charging these people to elevate them and encourage them. But then you on the back end saying, I can't even shop at Bloomingdale's no more. I had to go to H&M. Well, what about them ladies that paid for you down at fellowship hall?
Okay.
I mean, help me understand where you coming from. Because, and clearly, again, we all fall short and we
Hmm.
don't necessarily sometimes appreciate or we take for granted the opportunities and the things that we have.
Yeah.
But again, I need her to figure out what is it that you want. you know, because it to me, she just does not seem authentic and she
Exactly.
doesn't seem real
She comes
because
off very fake
she's
and
not
phony.
fake and phony. And it's like you trying to figure out what it is you want to do. And it's not giving, I'm gonna look up to you. I mean, I'm just not. It's and it's like you really shitting on the people that really are supporting you.
Yeah.
That people that may rock with you, but it's like you kind of making them feel less than because they don't have necessarily what you have. And
I
again, I don't think. And again, her definition of broke is not necessarily our definition of broke, or let's say the people maybe that we associate with.
yeah. So I think that looking at the whole situation with her, I think she's probably one of those people that want to look good to people on the outside, and she cares more about what the outside people say and what the outside people think. Because a lot of people like to pretend. A lot of people like to, say, I love to do this, I'm helpful this, I'm helpful that. But yet at the same time, like, they're not really helpful for real. They just talk a good game, but their actions do not align whatsoever with what they actually do. And I think B.
Mm-hmm.
Simone is a perfect example for that. She wants everybody else to be like, oh, you're so generous, you're so kind, you're so this, you're so that. Meanwhile, you had especially you can be burnt. Don't get me wrong. I am quite sure I know the other people have. We've all been burnt by people in the past. Like you being nice to people that literally turned around and burnt you. Like, so I completely understand that. However, if you are actually my friend and I have the ability to help you and you have seen me give money to people that meant me probably no good at all. Even before I gave them the money, they still did not mean me any good in the first place. But you can see me doing that, and then you ask my friend, and you know I have the means to do it, and I don't do it for you. That's a raggedy friend right there. I'm sorry, that's raggedy. Because
Mhm.
if I have it and you need it, it's done. It's not a big deal. No questions
But you
asked.
also too though, you don't need to go out here and announce. This is my thing. Don't announce what you did for somebody. Because if you're announcing what you did for somebody, you didn't do it out the kindness of your heart.
No, you didn't. You already
Because
got
you
to
don't
know,
do
Lord, because I
something.
be in the Bible, baby. I be in the Bible. I read it earlier today.
And we're hey, and I may not know the Bible from front to back, baby, from Genesis to Revelation, but I do know that I don't need to let it. You don't what you do out the kindness of your heart. That's all that matters. Don't do it thinking you're gonna get something or
Yeah,
expecting something, because what if you genuine and you real and you authentic, opportunities will come to you.
yeah,
Your name can be spoken in rooms that, baby, it ain't even probably really supposed to be spoken in, because people will vouch for you and say so and so is a good person.
yep.
Because you don't sit here and give a recommendation for everybody.
Okay.
You just don't. So if somebody is speaking and saying something nice about you and putting you out there, that means they rock with you.
Yeah.
So clearly, the people are not rocking with you to where they feel like if they get in the bag and they being put on, they want to put you on too, because that show or that should make you want to look at yourself a little bit deeper and say, who am I as a person? Where this person has went to the BET Awards. I'm just throwing this something out. They down at the BET Awards hosting, and they say, who you want to bring with you to host? If they didn't say your name, baby, they know you ain't credible because they know you backstabbing.
Okay.
But they may bring somebody on and say, you know what? I'll bring Kimberly along. Why? Because I know she's solid and I know she gonna
Yeah.
rock with me. That's just even if you bring somebody as a plus
Yeah.
one somewhere.
Yeah.
I ain't bringing just anybody on a plus one.
Okay. Because I used to do a lot of plus ones. You done did some plus ones too. Like we done did some plus ones. Like
That
we
part.
was out there in the gala scene, baby. We was moving and grooving. We was out here
That we were
these high society streets, baby.
and we was, baby, hobnobbing. Who ran that and asked that good man down there with the predators, can I get some tickets? What'd he do? Gave me
Give us
two
some,
tickets.
okay? Because I asked him, I said,
And,
"You gonna give her two, right?"
and who I take her? Kim, come on. We done got us two tickets.
Okay.
And baby, we was down there close to the fence, baby, down there close to that good plexiglass. So
Okay.
again, if I ask you see what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
just not gonna drag anybody to a plus one. you
Okay. You
know,
don't want to be
or
embarrassed.
whatever it
You
is.
don't want to be embarrassed.
And you ain't gonna fuck up my name. I can fuck up my name by myself.
Okay.
I ain't gonna let you mess it up.
Okay.
I can mess it up my damn self. So what I need B.Simone to do again, this is coming from somebody, baby. We just regular people. We just having regular conversation here. What I want you to do is back away from this social media and find out who you really are as a person and what it is that you really want to do,
Mhm.
because you really need to find out who you are within. Because when you put out there, I don't want nobody to work 9 to 5, baby, at this point, everybody ain't trying to be no entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Some folks just want to work they good 9 to 5, get their check, go on their vacation, drink their drinks,
Okay. Somebody wants some
and be
guaranteed
happy.
money. Somebody wants some guaranteed money that's coming in, aka me. I'll be one of them people be like, no, I need to see my money. I need to see my money. I need to know that I'm getting paid on these days because the deposit's gonna need to hit because I need to pay some bills. Don't get me wrong.
That part.
I take me a brand deal and do everything else too. Do not get it twisted. But I'm just saying,
Don't get it
I
tangled
like
twisted.
I like some stability in my life.
Don't get it tangled twisted, baby, or tangled up. I
Okay.
like stability, but I also too I would take some extra if the
Okay.
Lord see fit, and I have to ask the Lord that, and I have to really apologize. Lord, I'm sorry. I know I have messed up some things in my life, and Lord, I'm sorry. But if you just give me one more chance, Lord, give me just a little bit more grace and favor, Lord, and let
Okay.
me try this again. Then you know what, Lord, I'm gonna do right, because that's why I live. You treat everybody right, because you never know, and this is what we talked about last week. You never know what somebody is going through, and that's why you have to treat folks right. But also too, you have to present yourself in a way that people are going to listen to you
Yeah.
and maybe take what you say to heart. And I don't even doubt that B.Simone is probably a decent person. She probably is a solid person, maybe outside of the fanfare. But what she's putting out is not what she wants to get back, and is not giving sympathy, because the people that you're talking to are those that have really made you who you are and got you to these platforms that you're on now.
Yeah.
And you essentially kind of shitting on them folks and telling them, I got to go to H&M. Baby, think about where you was shopping at B Simone
Okay.
before all of this stuff, before you was on Wild and Out, before you wrote a book, before all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Where was you shopping at then? Because you probably was like some of our good cousins down there, baby, in the projects in the hood, and really everyday folks. You was at H&M, not H&M. You was at Rainbow Fashion.
Okay.
You was
Maybe
at
because I might
Sheen.
go there this week. Mm,
Now
and
you may be on the web maybe 2 3 times, but
and I need to
again,
only just
you
wear it once. I need to only just wear it once.
You see what I'm saying? You got to remember where you was shopping at before you made it to Bloomingdale's.
Yeah.
Because before you made it to Bloomingdale's, you was shopping just like us regular folks,
Yeah.
working 9 to 5 or whatever it was, trying to hustle. You was shopping Rainbow, Old Navy, and we ain't even knocking them because baby, Old Navy really
Okay.
trying to kind of pick up a little bit. Walmart is really picking up.
Okay. And I know people may not agree, but I still go to the other place too. I'm just saying. Just
Just saying
I'm
too,
just saying.
I may not go as frequently as I used to,
I'm just saying.
you know, but baby, that was a time, baby, when Target, baby, when me and Kimberly were baby were down here in these good after five situations right here, baby, these good galas. I got a 2 piece in there. I don't know if I can get into it, but I got a 2 piece right now, baby. I got from right there at the Target, and the people thought, baby, I got it at the Bloomingdale's or the Nordstroms.
So y'all have to understand, me and Mila, eh, and we've talked about this before. We used to volunteer. Well, I still volunteer, but um we used to volunteer at these events mostly with best buddies. She actually had a best buddy. I never really had a best
Mm-hmm.
buddy. But we used to go to these events and they were always, I don't know why, but they always used to put us at the same thing together. So like everybody else would be off doing something else and they'll be like, y'all handle pictures. Most people want me to handle pictures. First of all, I think I take great pictures of people, so that may be some of the reason why. But like because even the last event, the Heart Gala that I was at,
Mm-hmm.
I was literally on pictures duties.
Right.
Because I get the people hype, baby. I can get the people hype. Mila also can as well, of course. So we've done a lot of things together. That's also one of the
Mm-hmm.
reasons why we do this podcast, because we know our energies can feed off of each other, but we also know
Right.
that our personalities and energies are totally different from each other. Yes, we can work together, but they are vastly different personalities. And
Mm-hmm.
even with this podcast, there may be opportunities that come available that technically under the podcast you need to probably want both of us, but we also can understand that there may be certain opportunities that may work better for Mila to go out and represent the brand, and or it may be opportunities that may make more sense for me to go out and represent the brand. Just kind of just depends on what it is. uh
Mm-hmm.
but we're cognitive of that because we're obviously friends. We know better. We have been in different situations where we know like that's not gonna work, or okay, that'll work. But for the most
Right.
part, we definitely can balance and bounce off each other and stuff like that. But there is no way that I'm gonna. This is like when people always talk about, oh my goodness, people want you to have as much. Well, people are okay with what you have up until the point that you have more than them. And I always tell people I do not care. Like I want my like last year I was looking for a job because I didn't have a job. One of my friends was looking for a job as well. And I was telling her about jobs that was paying her more than the jobs that were going to pay me. And I don't, that doesn't bother me because I always say this. People may feel some type of way about it, but I always say this. If you don't have money to go to these places, who am I going to go with? I need my friends to have money too. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm. Point blank. Period. And what they say? Period. Pooh. But
Hey,
also
Tamia.
too.
Hey, little mama. Hey,
That's
Miss Tamia.
right. But this is the thing, though. I think when you're friends with people and you're genuinely friends, and there are times when I may have money, Kimberly may not have it. But I'm like, shit, come on. I got you. It could be vice versa, and it can be with any of my friends. When I say my true friends, because this is the thing, you have to. You don't tell your business to everybody or whatever, and you have to be careful of who you tell it to. But
Mm-hmm.
if I got it, you got it,
Yeah.
and I can say that probably with anybody that I'm friends with is that if they got it, I got it.
Yeah.
And when you friends and you true friends, if we going out, fuck it, I got the tab this time. You pick it up next time,
Yeah.
or whatever,
And we
or
have
vice
done it.
versa.
And we've done it.
We've done that, and and you don't look for nothing because you don't look for nothing in the aftermath, and you're
Yeah.
not like I paid for you. No,
Mm-mm.
and so what I want Sister Simone, B.Simone, to I want her to fall back. I want her to take a little break. I know it's summertime. I know you want to be out there. I know there are events that you know of that we are not privy to. We'll get there. We ain't privy
Yeah.
right now. But the personalities that we have, we'll
Mhm.
be in them circles.
Okay.
Soon as King Jesus, soon as JCC fit.
Okay.
But what I want you to do is take a moment, and I need you to reflect because what you're putting out there is not what you I'm
Mm-hmm.
hope is not what you want to receive back. Because I'm quite sure there's a lot of negative feedback that you're getting
Yeah.
and saying this stuff. Because there could be people that could be hesitant when you say you jealous of so and so because of
Yeah.
what they got or whatever.
Because
Or they
you
writing
didn't help
checks for
him give them.
XYZ.
Yeah, because you didn't help give them the opportunity. What? Like to me, that is
Because a
so
lot of times,
weird.
and I think a lot of times too is that you don't necessarily have to get the credit.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes you don't even need to get the credit. Or if you put somebody on.
Mm-mm.
Because it can come back to you later on down the line.
Exactly.
And what's meant for you is gonna be for you.
Yep.
And so you don't have to get the credit right then and there because you put so and so on.
Yeah.
No, because if you're a true friend, you're gonna be happy for them. Because when God is in that neighborhood, that means He close by.
Okay. He ready to tap on your shoulder.
Now, come
Yep.
on, daughter, I got something for you.
Yep. Tap tap.
That it, what they do a sweet spec tap 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 tap, different tap tap, but it's a tap. So what I want her to do is, she again, and I'm quite sure she's a awesome person, maybe outside of social media, and maybe when you get her by herself, but what she's been projecting out there is just not necessarily what she wants out there, because people can see through you, you know. And the first step is, if anybody was your friend for real, when you went down at them good people fellowship hall, baby, and gave that empowerment speech down there and laid hands on them folk, somebody should have told you, get you some britches. Cause
First of all, that's why you like them shows in the 70s, because you were seeing britches.
get you some britches, put some on. Because this is my thing. If you're going to be a representation of yourself,
Hmm.
and you're also in the church. Now, again, I'm not saying being full Clark Sisters attire and you fully clothed and all of that, Kojic. But what I am saying is, at least be presentable in church,
Yeah.
because
At least let your
you
blazer,
can't be.
the bottom of your blazer, be shorter than your pants.
You could have went in there. You could have went in there with
It
some
should be
Bermuda
longer.
shorts on.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
You
longer.
see what I'm
Your
saying?
blazer should never be
It,
longer than your pants. Should never. Especially, and
and
that's
and
going to
and
the house
I,
of the Lord. And people be like, well, come as you are. No, come as you are as a sinner, not come as you are as a stripper. Unless you ain't got no other
I mean,
clothes. And then if you ain't got no other clothes, then yeah, you need to come as you are, and that's perfectly fine. But you got H&M money. So that means you at least got Walmart money, you got Rainbow money, you got, that place that people don't be saying you going to these days money. Like, you got some money to go to some other places. And baby, listen, Dollar General got some tights. Walgreens do too. You can get you a
I'm
little
t-
tight.
baby, you can get your 5 pack at the Old Navy. I got some in there in the closet right now, baby. You can get your 5 pack. You can jazz them bad boys up. My thing is, it's not where you buy it; it's how you jazz it up. But if you
Yeah.
want to be taken serious in this empowerment thing, then definitely be dressed apart, because the people set you up for failure. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. They
Well, that's
set you
probably
up because
because
they should not.
her friends ain't no good to her, because she ain't no good. Because my friends would have told me, girl, if you don't go home and put some on, if you don't go put some on your legs, my mama would definitely tell me, because I wore a whole dress, and my mama told me, she said, "What the rest of it at?" Also, my mama's a hater, but that's how that goes too. And don't ever get confused and be like, "Oh my goodness, she doesn't like her mama." I love my mama, but my mama is a hater, and I tell her that, and she's okay with that. So,
So I need sister, I need sister, I need sister B.Simone. I want you, baby girl. Take it from people. Again, we just real folks. We got regular jobs working with the public. And I tell this stuff to to some of my coworkers and also my patients. Baby, do better.
I don't really work with the public like that. Like, the public, I don't see them, and we keep it like
I see them every day, all day. And let me tell you. And one thing they will say when they see me, they know I'm gonna be honest with them. And my thing is this, baby, that ain't what you want to do. My thing is, if you, and I want you to empower the people, But you got to be able. You got to be done went through some stuff.
You at
It's
least know
like
what clothes to wear.
that part.
Empower your
You right here
outfit
want to
next
give
time,
it.
B.Simone.
You right here want to give empowerment, baby, in a fellowship hall and lay hands. You not laying hands on me, baby. Now you might can tell me what Bible verse you wearing. You listen, you reading, and what the lesson was, but I'm not giving you my hard earned money. I'll take you down there to the good people down there at my favorite beverage store.
Oh, I thought you was gonna talk about Peter Papa. I was like, you need money to buy.
Ah, baby, my homeboy Peter Popoff. Yeah. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Nope. You're not to sit here. No. Be Simone. I'm rooting for you and I want you to do good. But I
Yep,
also want you to know who your audience is.
yep. And if you have any topics or movie, television shows that you would like us to watch, make sure you contact us at reallifeishfriends at gmail.com, or either contact us at 615-475-8152. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on the YouTube, also on Instagram. I think we're Real Life is Friends podcast on Instagram, and on Facebook we are Kimberly Mila. So definitely get those suggestions to us because we like your suggestions. We like crowd
Mm-hmm.
participation. Um, but yeah, so because we definitely like crowd participation and things of that nature.
Whoop, whoop.
Also, I don't know if Mila's gonna post it tonight. Maybe she will, but we were out here in these streets this past
I
weekend,
forgot. You got to remind me.
and
Got me doing the
because
TikTok.
yeah, but like your TikTok, there's probably, well, the other girl said she didn't have a TikTok, so we decided to go to happy hour. We went to Noir or whatever you want to call it. We went to their happy hour. They had 2-for-1 drink specials. They had $7 crab clusters. Um,
5.
um, dollar wings, I believe, $4 or $3 to sides and things of that nature. Baby, I had a good old time. I had a grand time. All the food that
Mm.
I had was great. Them candied yams, and when I tell you,
And let me tell you, I'm picky, and I did taste her candy, and they were good.
I'm telling y'all, those candy yams, I had so much random food that tab was not pretty, but it's okay. But after we decided to partake in happy hour, which
And
we
then
did not have
TikTok.
a reservation for, because for whatever reason it was packed also on Friday, but we was able to get us a lovely bar. We was able to sit at the bar. That was able to find 2 seats at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
With that being
Mm-hmm.
said, we decided to go out, and I don't was our intention to do a TikTok at originally. I feel like there's
I
always
don't know.
ability for me to do a TikTok. I'm just saying. But we end up
And
meeting
I
this
know we did
lady. What was
too. And
did you know her name? I just know the
I
little
have
girl.
no clue.
I kind of sort of remember the
Her
little
name
girl name.
was Layla because we told her she was
Yeah,
a superstar.
but I don't remember. She was with her aunt, and so it was supposed to
Her
be a
sister.
child. Oh, sister, yes, sister. It was supposed to be a child, so if you saw my TikTok, you see me motioning. I'm trying to motion so the child can be in my TikTok as well, but apparently we did it a couple of times. And I'm saying all this because if you go to Mila's TikTok and you go to my TikTok, those are two different TikToks. Those are two different situations, because her TikTok has the lady coming from behind.
That's what I'm supposed to post now on the ING. That was funny.
And I was like, because I looked at it and I was like, oh, I see. I was like, oh, because at first, before I looked at the name, I thought it was because I didn't even realize you had a TikTok. So I was like, oh, okay, that must be the girl. Then I looked at the name and I said, no, that's just Mila TikTok. And then I said, hold on, why is her video different from my video? And I realized that we did this dance several times. So you get two different ones. Um,
And baby girl came from the back, baby. On where she came from,
she came from that door
but she
back
did that.
there. I just find it so
I
funny.
will be posting that next on our
I just found it
thing.
so funny.
Maybe my
Because
second one that I participated in.
yeah, because you're on my first, you're on my other TikTok when me, you, and
Yeah,
Jeremy and Adrian were at the Germantown Cafe. Yeah,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
we did a
So
dance
yeah, I
together.
will post this
So
one.
every time me and Mila gets together, we're gonna have to do something TikTok related. That is just how that's going to have to work. We're just going to have to get do TikTok, and apparently we're going to have to do
Let
it
me,
more than once, so she can have her version of it, and can have my version of it. Because when I tell you they're vastly different, because we came back together on mine, we stayed separate on hers, and I
you
never
know,
even paid attention to the. And the crazy part about it is, I never paid attention until I saw that video. I said, "Oh, some lady was behind us." Never had a clue.
as she was. Only what was it? The Keith Lee thing or whatever?
Yeah, it was. Hmm.
Okay. Let me tell you, I'm not in these TikTok streets, but baby, she had me in them today. I mean Friday.
Cause the other girl said she didn't even have a TikTok. She only had Snapchat, and I wish I knew her name. I would so give her a
I
shout out, but
don't,
I don't know her. But it was
I
cool. We
don't
had
either.
fun.
It was fun. I will say that it was fun. So yes, I will post that on our good I and the G because I'm not used to all of this fancy stuff.
The last story of the night. If y'all like my news anchor wannabe voice, I appreciate it. If you don't like it, I still appreciate it because we're loving light over here. We're loving light. Uh,
Blessed be the fruit.
so, would you show up to a wedding and you were not invited, and it was a destination wedding
That'd
because
be a
they sent
negative
you
ghost
out a
run.
because you were sent a save the date, and most times save the date implies that you want that person to be ready for your wedding and already set aside that time to attend your celebration and your wedding, your big day. So first of all, I think it's kind of rude that you gonna send me a say the date and not send me an actual wedding invite. And then I
I'm
read
picking up what you're laying
as
down.
I was reading the story, I said this was real, like it was the boyfriend fault all along. That's why they're no longer together. But he's apparently now getting married to someone else, and she is officially invited. But
Before we even get to that, my thing is this: I do good to go to stuff I'm invited to locally and across state lines. You think I am? You maybe because I ain't got. I'm looking for a boo. Sonny needs a daddy. But this is the thing: is that you should be double checking behind your man to make sure that you were invited to this wedding that you done went all the way over there into the what Indonesia or wherever the good people were going for this wedding because it required flight and hotel reservations, and then you in the same hotel that the wedding party is at, which means you're gonna potentially run into them, which means y'all run around there incognito right now and ditching and dodging folks. Not where I spend my good money, and I'm not ditching and dodging nobody. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. No. Not gonna do it. Mm-mm. Nope.
So once they realized that it was like they weren't really invited, that's when they were like, well, we're already there. Like we already planned everything and we'll end up, losing out on money. So might as well go. So it looks like they went to um Argentina. The wedding was in Argentina. And they are living in, I think, Germany or something.
They was there. They wherever it was, it was not. Let me tell you, I would have bopped him upside his head for making me go on this trip. And we know, well, I fought her too because I would at least verify if I got an invite. But if you send me a save the date and I know this wedding is coming up and I haven't gotten an invite, at least you haven't called me. Because a lot of times, if you I'm one of my good friends at home, best friends from home. She got married. I said, "Girl, you sent me a save the date. Save that stamp. I'll be there."
Yeah.
If we have that conversation and I say I'm gonna be there, save the stamp and save it to somebody else, or if you really need to send it to me so I can send my RSVP, fine. But if you send me a save the date and I don't get anything after the save the date, then that tells me I'm not invited. I ain't even gonna feel no kind of way. Okay, you don't want me there? Or maybe it may not even be that you don't want me there. Maybe your budget, it does not factor me in there. But if you send me a save the date, then clearly you thought enough of me to be in the budget in the first place. So don't send me a save the date if I'm not going to be invited. That's my thing. Because I feel like if you send save the dates, that means that you're going to get the invitation and that you're
Exactly.
coming to the wedding. So
Exactly.
don't send me a save the date and I don't get an invitation. Because see, you fucked up and wasted money. Because now you done messed up and you ain't getting no gift. Don't send me a save the date and then expect me to give you a gift. No. So if you send me a save the date, then I expect my invitation because on that save the date they say invitation to follow,
Yeah.
which means I'm gonna be expecting something to put my RSVP down to go. So no, but I'm not gonna plan ahead. If I know you got a destination wedding in Argentina and I live in Germany, that requires time. That requires me taking PTO off from work.
Because I
That
think it's like
requires
six
my
or
hard
seven
earned money.
days. Yeah. 6 or 7 days
No,
advance.
that's 6 or 7 days, and I'm not even invited. Negative Ghost Rider. No, and I feel like it could have been canceled in enough time where you could. I would have got it to the credit. You see what I'm saying? I just feel because everybody you're gonna have to give a head count at least a good solid 30 days ahead of time. So and you may alter that number, add to it maybe a good solid 2 weeks, but at least 30 days before you know who's coming to the wedding. And especially if it's a destination wedding, there's no room for error and correcting it or whatever, adding and subtracting. No, you know who's coming. So therefore you're not going, if I didn't get nothing 30 days before, there's 30 days where I can know I can get all my money back.
Well, the thing about it is that what makes this situation kind of very weird is the fact that like clearly they were friends with people that got the full invite. So
That
and
told them
they
where to hide it
yeah,
and where they was going.
yeah, they're like, so yeah, we're staying at da 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 and da da. So they were around with people having these conversations, and I think that is also like where friendship and things come into play, because somebody should have told them, like, baby, you weren't invited. You
Ain't
should have
nobody got to
never.
tell me.
But I'm just saying, like, because or either if you're friends with the people that invited you, then they need to tell you that certain people were not invited, so you're not openly having a discussion. Because think about it this way: we have a mutual friend, sis. We have a mutual friend. So if she's inviting, if I'm assuming, because you mentioned a save the date, not like she's getting married right now or anything like that,
Right.
but if she was, if we were having a conversation and you mentioned something about it, oh, okay, then I'm naturally assuming if you got to save the date, that means you got everything else. So I feel like if you're not invited and she knows that I'm friends, she should say, "Hey, I didn't invite Mila, so I know to shut up. I know not to say anything." Vice versa. If you got invited and I'm not, you know not to say anything because hey, I'm not invited. Because
Or if I
why?
would say,
Because
or
everybody, especially when people are mutual friends, I think that makes it awkward because naturally people are like, "Oh yeah, you're going to such and such." Because I said this to someone about somebody else's wedding because I naturally assumed that other people got invited, and I didn't realize that they didn't get invited, and I was one of the people that got invited, and it made it an awkward situation, but it wasn't like everybody was friends and mutual friends, so then it made sense. But
right,
in this case, it seems like the other people were mutual friends with the couple, so they're having this free conversation because they're thinking everybody else is going. So yeah, yes, girl, I'm staying at the Hyatt when we go to Buenos Aires and da 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 da. Like, yeah, I'm telling you this because girls show up. Like,
or you like, what day you getting there? I'm getting there on this day. Da, 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 da. So, but again, I think if you send me a save the date, you expect me to come, and I expect the invitation. If you don't send me a save the date or invitation, that means I'm fine with not being there.
yeah.
That's just the way it is. But I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna plan to be in the Archer in the Tina, and you right now, and baby, you and you got 7 whole days of wedding activities, and I'm sitting at the cabana at eating room service, and I'm doing excursions. I could have did excursions at a place I really wanted to go to.
Well, it looks like that was their only way for them to get their vacation, and they decided to not be together after anyway. So, and now looks
And
like
she
I
did,
believe he's getting married.
and I tell him,
He invited her. He invited her, and she's apparently she's going.
I don't know if I would.
Would you go to if one of your exes invited you to their wedding? Would you go?
No,
None of them.
mm-mm, not a damn.
I would so go.
If I bought anything, it'd be a knife as a gift. I wouldn't show up.
I would so
No.
go. I would so go. Now
Mm-mm.
some of them I
Yeah.
wouldn't go to, but some of them I'd be like, that's my homie. I would so go. But some of them
Mm-mm.
I'd be like,
Not a.
you do not want me to show up. Like save yourself
That's why I say you can send me an invite to it, and whatever's on your registry, baby. And if there's a knife included in that registry, you will get it. You get a knife and a chopping block. Mm-mm.
why?
Nope, don't invite me because I wouldn't invite you when I want my ex and no. And as much as I love good alcohol and food and really wedding cake for sure, nope. Mm-mm.
No
That
photo booth.
don't be in
How
there.
much you love a photo booth?
That part. Mm-mm. But I would much rather spend my time, baby, mopping up sand on the beach.
So I'm just gonna assume you're not friends with any of your exes. I'm just gonna go out
Not a
on a
damn.
I'm just gonna
Baby,
go
if
out on a
I
limb and
saw,
say that.
even that last one, baby, if I saw him on the street now, I probably would even act like he don't even exist. Mm-mm. Again, I will mop up sand on the beach, baby, and we know that don't get you nowhere. I would count the number of sand, the little specks of sand on the beach before I go to an ex-wedding. Nope.
Some of my
Mm-mm,
show would go to because I know some of them will be a blast. Then other ones not so much. I'm not gonna go.
mm-mm.
You don't want me to go.
Don't send me nothing. If I'm sending you something, I swear for God, it will be a cutting board and a knife.
To be honest, I think there's only one ex that would actually invite me to their wedding.
If there is one that feels inclined to invite me to one, don't. I don't want to come.
I probably would invite him to mine because I know he gonna give me a good present.
Mm-mm. I don't even care. Let me tell you, I got enough friends right now that would buy me a good gift, minus the one that bastard would buy. Nope. Uh-uh. Nope. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Nope. But you welcome. You can send me your registry, and I will pick the again. It would be some cutting utensils and a cutting board. Cause what else? That's what I'm. Cause every time you pick up that knife, you'll think of me, and every time you look at that cutting board, you'll think of me.
Hilarious.
It would not. It would. Let me tell you what it won't be. No fine china. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope. No.
For episode 28, my shout out is going to be a little bit of a different shout out because it's not going to be a shout out that's in favor. It's going to be a shout out that's more call to action. Um,
Mm.
it was announced that Fisk University is actually discontinuing their gymnastic program at the end of
Seriously?
at the end of the 2025-2026 season. So spring 2026 will be their last season. So uh, support those young ladies and support that team because I also believe that now it will go back to no HBCUs having a gymnastics team because
Why are they getting rid of it?
I
I
know
missed that
Talladega,
news.
yeah, I know Talladega. I think it was Talladega that they also had when they discontinued theirs. So Fitz was the first, and I believe they're gonna be the
Mm.
last one because I think the other I don't believe I could be wrong, but I don't believe there's any other HBCUs that has a gymnastic teams anymore besides this.
Right.
So if you have an
Mm.
opportunity to see these young ladies showcase their talent and skills, by all means, please go out there and support. Maybe with
Yes,
some
yes,
support
yes.
and some, financial
Mm.
blessings, they may be able to continue. I'm not really sure, but they are local to Fisk University. Obviously, is in Nashville. So if you have the opportunity to go out there and support them, to go to their competitions, please do support those young ladies. Maybe with the support, maybe with like I said, some monetary donations and things of that nature. Maybe they will be able to continue if they receive enough. I don't know, but definitely want to shout out them because
I didn't know
they
that.
they definitely were
What
the first.
the-
Yeah, it was announced on June the 6th. And and I just talked about it on Juneteenth because I was with, Candace and she went to Fist, so we talked about it briefly.
I missed
So,
that. No.
so yeah.
I thought they were really doing good because didn't they have like a
Yeah, I think she
what
won the
is
all
it? Like
around. I think her last name Price won like the all around or something like that, or she did some kind of melanin and but yeah, because I've seen them
you went to
perform.
them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I definitely got to make sure that since this is going to be their last season, to make sure I go out and see
I
them.
hate that.
I know. So like I said, my
Hmm.
my shout out isn't necessarily happy bubbly, shout out like that. Otherwise, shout out to me and Jamila, because I was featured in the Beyond the Gates thing. We was out here living our life
Ooh,
this past weekend. Yeah, we went to that one happy hour, and then we went back. I don't know what she did. I went back home, went to sleep. So, but I'm just saying, we
I
was
would,
out there. We was out there.
you know what? I take that back. I ended up going. My neighbors drugged me down there to the. We went to see the fireworks at the Sounds game. I take that back. That's what I ended up doing.
Oh yeah, you did say that you were probably going to do that. Yep. Well, I went home.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you, like I said, if you have the opportunity, in spring 2026 to see Fisk University gymnastics team, please go out there and support. Do what you can. Maybe buy some apparel. I don't know what they have, but go out there and support them because they
Is
are.
there any way that they're gonna like maybe have a change of heart, or it's like final and done?
I don't. It just says that they'll discontinue it. It didn't really say exactly. Like they end up with a different coach and everything. Now they have an interim coach, so I don't know if that was part of the thing. I don't know
Mm,
exactly what the issue completely was. It could be one thing, or it could be a combination of several things. But I
wow.
just wanted to, for them to be the first HBCU gymnastics team, I feel like even if this is truly the end, supporting them is definitely
Mm,
something that should be top priority on our list. So,
I agree.
yeah. But
I'll make
anyway,
sure that make sure you let me know when they have one so I can go
I
to it
will.
with you.
Okay. But for episode 28 of Real Life is Friends podcast, this is one of your hosts, Kimberly.
I'm Mila and happy. Enjoy. Be safe on the fourth. Is all I got to say. I was gonna say happy fourth, but baby, we had ours last week, so you know what? Enjoy your day off from work if you do have one.
Mhm. Next Friday. Peace up, A Town.
And we are nowhere near the A in the town.
There is a A in Nashville. Nashville has a A. Nashville has a A. Nashville has an A in it.